Hey everyone, welcome to episode 86 of the Penciled In Podcast. I've been booted out of every room in the house, so I'm in here today. On the show today, it's just Lindsey and I. What we're doing today is a little bit of a review of different things. We're going to go through Lindsey's new printer. We're going to see how that works, if it's worth buying the printer she has. We are going to talk about the bag sealers we got. We'll talk about some current sets and a few upcoming sets that we are involved in. We're putting together another episode probably in, I don't know, November, I guess, where we'll go through everybody's upcoming sets of all the small publishers. So stay tuned for that one. And I'm going to do a short review of my experience with Chit Chats for all you Canadian people. I've used them twice now. So I'll let you know how that went. All right then, Lindsey. I think you're over here. No, you're over here. Sorry.
Excuse me. Oh, you're over there.
Okay.
Other way around. We're going to start with the printer.
Yep.
My new printer.
What brand is it?
Do you know what? I've forgotten. It's an Epson Eco Tank, 8550. Okay. So it does double-sided printing in the middle shelf, not for thick card and things like that. That's paper only, really. It's got a tray on the bottom that's it can do A3 as well as A4. It's got a back feeder which you can put thick cards through. And it's also got like an upright. So there's like 4 different ways to print on it. The scanner, it's not quite A3. It's bigger than A4, but it's not proper A3. So that can be a little bit awkward if you've got A3 sketch pads. The quality is decent. It's good quality prints. But when I was trying the back feeder, trying to print my own cards, they were coming out wonky, so I don't really know how to fix that, and the quality wasn't good because I didn't have the right kind of paper. This is the problem. You can't just go and buy some card off Amazon like I did and expect a good result. Like you would have to get specialist Epson papers for it, which I haven't tried yet, so I can't really let you know how that's going.
I'll put an image of
bottom feeder. The bottom feeder's printing wonky, but the upright feeder is fine. So I'm still playing with it and messing about with it myself, to be honest. But it's a lot more compact than the last one I had. The last one I had was like a huge Big Daddy one, and this one's like a third of the size as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I know about it so far.
All right. So have you printed some stuff with it? Can we see any samples?
You actually can't because they're all packed away in my Comic-Con suitcase.
Oh, so you
wheel around to Comic-Con with me. I don't think I've got anything.
Okay, but then are you happy with the quality? Are you happy with the quality? Did you manage to figure it out to make it work for you?
Oh yeah, it's really good quality. Yeah, if you get the right paper, it is.
Does it use a lot of ink?
No, it's not. It doesn't have cartridges. It has like refillable bottles. So you just stick it in upside down. It fills up. Take it out when it's full. And I've been using it a lot, and it still hasn't even used half of it yet. So you get a lot of prints out of it.
So you have 3 different ways that you can put the paper in the printer?
Four
different.
Yeah, one of them's double-sided, and one of them you can do thick card and canvas and things like that.
So you could probably do something like 16-point cardstock?
Yeah, definitely. If you get the right thing to print on. Like I say, the one I tried, I think I've binned it now. I haven't even got the example, but yeah, it wasn't. It all bled and it just wasn't crisp and nice. So
You have to be careful with the kind of paper you use, and I guess it would take a bit of experimentation.
yeah, I haven't got around to that yet.
Can you do front and back, or only like one side of the?
Not on the bottom tray. Not on the bottom. Not on the one for card. You would have to flip it over and then print the back. And this is the other problem I've been having, which somebody who's a bit more tech savvy could probably figure out. When I set it to print, it asked me to resize the image again, even though I've already done it in Photoshop. And it's like, well, if I don't get it bang on, then my cards aren't going to line up. So you probably would have to pre-sort the file to make sure like it does that. And I just don't know what I'm doing well enough to, sort that out. I just want to be able to press print and have it print how it shows on the screen. But that's not what it tells you to do. It's like, so that's why I haven't played with it much more than I have already, because it's quite time consuming to learn something new, isn't it? And yeah, it would be good to sort it one day. The other thing is the back feeder, there's some fiddling around to do to adjust it so you can use the back feeder. Like you've got to take the back off, move these little bits here and there. So that can also be awkward. So we have to bear that in mind for the Epson Eco Tank 8550.
I'll get an image and pop that in the thing, and probably a link to it too, just in case there are people who do want to look at it.
Yeah, it was about 700 quid, English pounds. Yeah. You can get an A4 version that's quite a lot cheaper, and that will obviously do cards as well.
Oh yeah, will it? I don't know.
Yeah, it does all the same things. It's just smaller. Just doesn't do A3. So,
what size is A3 again? I feel terrible. I don't know.
A3.
That's A4 is legal.
If I haven't got anything handy, that's all buried under stuff. That's an A3 sketch pad.
Oh my God! Okay, so, that's like 12 by 15, I guess.
So it's double A4.
Okay. Wow, that's big. So you could actually print. Small posters then.
Yeah, I tend not to use the A3 much because dealing in cards you don't really need to, and I'm not really fussy about making big prints. I don't think big prints are people's thing a lot of the time, because you do need wall space for them, and
Although doing small ones could be handy, like, well, I hate to use the word flyer, but you can have small ones maybe to, I don't know, showcase a new thing you've got happening,
Yeah. Well, for the Comic-Cons, I bought myself some of these. Looks like just an A4.
Yeah. Oh well, you've got the perfect.
And you get all your info on there. So yeah, I've started like making my stall look a bit more professional.
So for something like that, you only need, I don't know, 1 or 2 copies or something of your paper to go in the thing, which I think is brilliant. And you don't have to drive maybe half an hour to go to the printer. I'm not used to this.
Oh no.
You don't have to drive half an hour to go to the print shop to get 1 or 2 sheets of paper, which is my situation anyway.
You need a printer. I would suggest.
This is why I wanted you to do a review, because I want to.
Well, if you're not going big, I mean, the thing is, I was just being a bit spoiled wanting an A3 one, even though I probably wasn't going to use it. Like, I just want to be able to have the option there if I fancy it.
If you had to do it again, would you get the smaller one, or would you stay with?
Not, no. I'm just being spoiled. Like, if there's an A3 one, I want it. Ultimately, I really like having a bigger scanner, because I hate trying to position things and fit everything in. And,
so you do?
I remember
too. There is a scanner.
Oh yeah, there's a scanner on top. Yeah,
it works well.
Yeah, it's not as big as the last one I had. That's the only beef I've got with it. It's not quite A3. It's a
Okay.
little bit thinner. And I, like I say, I just liked how easy it was sticking it on and it getting everything and not cutting anything off, because I quite like to sketch big and then shrink it. So, it can be a little bit awkward. And it used to annoy me at college because they only had A4 scanners and you'd have to scan it half and half and then put it together on Photoshop. And oh,
But you can use for things like that where you just want to take a photo of your own sketch and make it smaller. You can just use your phone. It doesn't have to be fancy. You just use your phone, take a photo of your sketch, bring it into, and then like you would have to bring it into Photoshop anyway, but you use your phone instead, and you can adapt it. It doesn't have to be fancy.
this one scans straight to the computer, so I don't have to plug anything in or mess about. It's all wireless. It just
Well, if you have an iPhone, AirDrop or something like that, and it would just go
I
right.
don't have an iPhone. I've got an Android. Like this is the thing with like Apple and Microsoft having beef with each other. They just make it awkward to cross over the platforms. They
I
can
do,
just be
I do
really
think they're getting
irritating
a
about.
little better. I do think they're getting a little better though. Like
Oh, they need to get over it because it's irritating. Like
it's irritating. I agree.
it's annoying. You like, oh, I just want to put this video on here, and it's like, and you can't, and you need this other software to. I don't like technology. I don't like how complicated it's making it for me,
I love
and I
to
don't want to buy all Apple products just so it's not.
actually. It's not as bad as it was. Like I was a Windows user for 20 plus years, and then I went over just because for me, I find my MacBook just. I mean, I can do what I want with it, and it's just always trucks along, which my Windows thing just didn't. It would break all the time. But anyways, I find that they communicate together much better because we don't all have Apple products, and we managed to figure it out most of the time. There are a few kinds of software that don't mix, but otherwise most of them are. Not all of them, no, but I mean they're getting better. Anyway, for the printer, yeah. So you like the scanner? The printing quality is really good.
If you get the right paper.
With the right paper, that is an issue. You have to be able to get the paper. What is the best kind of paper for your printer?
Depends what you're trying to make. I mean, if you go for Epson papers, then it will be the best. But like I was making pin badges at one point, and for that you need super thin, sort of laminated paper. It's got like a gloss on it, if you know what I mean, and that works best for like making badges and whatever. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I haven't messed it. But I got this so I could make my own cards and print my own small card sets, and it just hasn't worked out like that because I don't know which one to use. And then, like I said, with the resizing issue, I can't get it right with it making me do that. So I would have to research and learn how to get it set up properly. So I can do that, but no time or the inclination to try at the moment.
Do you regret your purchase? What would you give? How many stars would you give it on a five-star rating? What would you give it?
You see, I'd feel harsh because I did buy it for a particular reason, but it's not. It's a home use printer. It's not like a commercial printer, so it's not going to be like amazing. So I'd give it a 4. I'd say I'm happy with it. If I had to buy it again, I'd buy it again.
Oh, that's good praise. All right.
I mean, I needed a new printer anyway because my other one just stopped accepting magenta ink. It just wouldn't. It was like, no, I can't see it. And I bought new cartridges, and no, weren't having it. So, yeah, I needed a new one, and it was time. But yeah, hopefully I can get it figured out and be able to print my own. But it's easy enough. It's easy enough to outsource to our Karen, isn't it? She does a great job.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing. And we're speaking of course, about iconics.biz. That would be Karen Watt Cowan. She can walk you through pretty much everything. If you have any questions about anything concerning trading cards, sketch cards, all that stuff, she knows it all. The only issue, of course, is shipping. The dreaded shipping.
Even then, she goes out of her way to get the shipping as cheap as she possibly can for you. I mean, it'll still cost you, but that's just shipping. What can you do? I mean, you've got some shipping to speak to us about, haven't you? That's quite a good segue into the shipping.
Yeah, I could go into the shipping portion. I'll mention the printer that I have. Oh, sorry. The printer that I have is one that I've had for 5 or 6 years now, maybe 7 or 8. Time flies. But it's a black and white one, and it's like, oof, it's like this big. It's huge. But it's only black and white. At the time, it's all I needed because I don't print my own stuff. I just don't print my own stuff. Not yet, anyway. It uses a cartridge, and because it's like 5 or 6 years old, the prices for the replacement cartridges are just going up and up and up. Even if you use the no-name brand and things like that, it's really going up. And I don't use the scanner anymore at all. It scans, but it doesn't scan very well. It's a Brother. Sorry, it's a Brother MFW something or other. When
my old one was Brother.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good printer. It's been trucking along and doing what it's got to do. I still print, for papers, and my kids have been using it for their university projects, and it just trucks right along. But it's only a black and white one, and again, the refills are getting more and more expensive for those old ones, and the paper gets stuck more and more often because it tends to, it has to go like this and all through all kind. Anyway, so and you can use photo paper in there, which I think I tried once, and it was just like swoosh, everything just slid right. I don't know, maybe it was me that did something wrong or something.
I mean, brothers are great if you're not looking for some really good quality prints. I mean, I was really happy with my Brother. It worked great for a long time, and for printing references and this, that, and the other, it were fine. But like I say, it just stopped accepting the ink. It was like, no, I've had enough. I'm tired now. It's time for bed. Get yourself a new printer. But you need a colour one, if you want to do your own little posters and stuff.
I think it's where I'm going, just for, simple publicity stuff and things that I can include in packages, and it is a handy thing to do. But I would get
and like printing your own stickers as well. Like,
I was going to ask you about that, because stickers, for we were going to go into the shipping thing, but we can do that after. For stickers, like both you and I have have these little things here. I don't have any stickers, so yet, I haven't got them. So mine are see-through. And the reason why we're show them yours, you have sticker on yours. Show them yours. Isn't that nice? Oh, cool. I mean, I love that. You've even got the price on everything. How awesome.
So my new printer printed that, and the quality is great. You can't really tell.
Hold that up again. Hold it up again. I mean, it's crisp, it's clear.
It is. It's really, really good.
I want your printer. Because see, I don't have I can't print stickers. That I cannot do. So mine are just see-through, and in these particular bags, I have 8 cards in here. I have 8 different cards. So that's not bad for, like, if you want to send it for me anywhere. If I want to send out a sample of promo cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say maximum you can fit in here is 9. And that's full up.
And then that brings us to,
Sorry, there's 10 in here. There's 10. I'm going, this maximum is 9, and I've managed to fit 10 in.
I got 8. I have to kind of squish them in, but yeah, I have 8. So you've got on these little bags, which I got off Amazon, you can get them with the clear thing here, or you can get them foiled both sides like Lindsey's, and then put your own sticker on, which is what I'll do when I get a printer. You can also get them in color, multicolor foil, which are like so spiffy. I mean, they're really.
Oh, they're yeah.
And then you've got these 2 little things on the side, so you can just, people who get them can just rip it open. And so what do you do with the open side? Well, hold on one second. You get yourself one of these. This is, I love this thing, and I have to say it's R.R. Parks who suggested it.
They're so easy to use, aren't they?
I don't know. You can read it. This is the name of it. I got it on Amazon also. I must say one caveat. The first one I got from Amazon, it was really weird. It didn't work. The instructions, it was like bird chatter. I don't know where it came from. So I sent it back because it just didn't work and I couldn't read anything. They sent me this one from a different company and it's amazing. It works really well. So what you do is you plug it in, obviously, and you have a heat adjuster here. And then
you can set it fairly low for that foil, can't you? It's not, you don't have to set it high. I think I had it on 2.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be really hot. So then what you do is you put your card like that. You want to make it straight, like I'd say about here or so. And then you push it down and there's a little light that comes on and it's about 3 seconds and it goes click. And then you can push it down to kind of seal it well and then just lift it up and you're good to go. Sealed. Profesh.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, there you go.
And yeah. No, I do really love these. But that's why I wanted to start doing my own little mini sets like this. And I do think having some proper packaging just makes a lot of difference, to be honest.
Where'd you get your stickers to have them printed on?
Oh, it's just sticker paper. I had a big stack of sticker paper that I got in a sale. We're talking 20 years ago. And like, because it were all 50p, I'm like, oh, and then it's just sat there not doing anything. And then suddenly I've got a use for it. And so I don't even know if you can get that sticker paper anymore because it's really good quality sticker paper as well. I mean, the stickers I've had, they're better than the stickers I've had done professionally for my sets. Like, but I could not, you know, the boxed sets I've done, I could not sit there cutting out that many stickers for that many boxes. But for these, you know, when I'm doing sort of 10 packets of these at a time, it's fine.
So they're all pre-cut stickers on a sheet of paper?
Well, when you get them done professionally, they are. This isn't. It's just a bit. It's just a sheet, and then you cut it out yourself, so you can fit 9 on an A4 sheet of sticker paper.
I see. So then you take your which I can't show because it's too
guillotine
board, and you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And kids, don't drink before you use a guillotine board. You will not have 10 fingers.
Oh my God, I'm terrified of my guillotine. There's no safety on it. It's not a kid's thing.
There's the guardrail, so you know it's not like using an X-Acto knife. I have cut pieces of finger off in the past using an X-Acto knife in the middle, cutting pieces.
Yeah. No, there's no guardrail on mine.
There's a guardrail. Well, a guardrail, you know, it's to help you line up your sheets of paper, and the blade
is a metal rail, but I could easily still chop my fingers off if I weren't paying attention.
You really have.
I mean, like, I'm terrified if there are any like small kids around. I'm like, if I'm doing chopping that day, I'm like, no, because even if I tell them to leave it alone and they get curious, once they've chopped the fingers off, it's too late.
No. Whenever if we have visitors who have kids or something, you know, the dangerous stuff is in a different room. Close the door. Not allowed in.
Yeah.
All right. So shipping. We'll mention shipping. I'll start with that one because I really wanted to make a review of the company that I'd tried, and then we can maybe chat a little bit about if shipping has changed at all for you or not. Anyway, so
keeps going up and just keeps getting more expensive.
So I think it's maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago we invited Juhi on the podcast to talk about a Canadian shipping option that I had fallen on by accident, just like pulling my hair out. I cannot do this anymore. It's too expensive. And looking for people to interview on the podcast too. So found Chit Chats, and long story short, go watch the interview. She'll explain everything. I have tried it twice now. They don't have, Chit Chats do not have drop-off locations everywhere in Canada. But if you don't live close to one, like I live about an hour away from one, and it's near a coffee shop, it's near a shopping center, it's near an art supply store. So yes, if I had to do everything, I could bunch it together and go there. But most of the time I can't do that. So you can consolidate all your packages and you buy separate shipping for that. But it's like pretty much $15 for that, no matter how big or small so far. Anyhow, Chit Chats is a Canadian company. They ship out from Canada to anywhere in the world or within Canada. But of course, they don't have shipping options to come from anywhere else in here, just out. So it's for all you Canadians out there who are looking for options. I highly suggest giving them a try at least once and see if it works for you. I've used them twice now. Everything has been delivered. You got one package also, Lindsey, and I was really glad you were my first international trial. I sent some cards. It took about 2.5 weeks, which is a little longer, but I saved, I think, about $11 on shipping to the UK, because usually for pretty much anything, it's anywhere between $25 and $35 to ship from Canada using Canada Post to the UK. That's the start off point, and that's without tracked shipping. Almost all of Chit Chats offers track shipping in the price itself. So for me to ship from, I live just outside of Montreal, to ship to, say, Nevada, for track shipping for a box of cards, say, it's approximately $8 and say 75 cents, because it can vary a little bit. $8, that's Canadian. $8 and say $9, just to round it off. It's insured. If you want, you don't have to take the insurance, but it's about 50 cents or something, so take it. It's tracked, and it's almost half the price. I save about $4 per package, and the first one I sent, there were about seven different packages, so add that up. It makes a big difference. I can charge less to people who buy from me.
So that's like £5.30, nine Canadian dollars.
Yeah,
£5.30. That's about what it cost me to send untracked large letters.
okay.
So a parcel will be more, but
this this would be like a pack of cards in a bubble mailer, say. And I sent you the package I sent you was in a box, and I sent you another one with sets of dragons. Go buy dragon sets from Lindsey. So
no, buy them from Ingrid. It's Ingrid's set.
So that was in boxes, and still it was $19, insured, tracked, and everything. Shipping is a bit longer. That is true. It's a little bit longer, but I find that the savings is significant for anybody who lives in Canada. It's the Canadian version of pirate ship that you have in the US. So I'm wondering if there's an option for the UK people.
I'm gonna have to have a look. I think that Royal Mail is I think they're trying something similar, because I used to take all my parcels down to the post office and send them all out there, because, you assume the person behind the desk knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about. So I took all my Die Rabbit Die down there. Anyway, turns out he didn't know what he was talking about, and they were supposed to have had this certain custom label on, and because they didn't, a lot of them came back to me, and I ended up having to pay postage on them again. So I thought, well, if I can't trust the people who work at the post office, then I'll do Royal Mail, and I'll do it from home. So I've been using the online service, and so far everything's getting there okay. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds very much like the online version of Canada Post, which worked really well. It's very expensive.
Well, they made it really awkward to do it in the actual shop because they made you fill out so much while you were there, and it just took absolutely ages. And if you can imagine, you've got like 40 parcels to send, you'd be there for like an hour, like just absolutely ridiculous. So I'm not sure if they've done it on purpose to get people to stay at home and do it and not go and take the time up, or no idea. But yeah, that's what I do now. I've been forced to do that, really.
I think you also do have, I forgot to mention that about Chit Chats, but I don't know if you have it on your Royal Mail, but you can sometimes have a list of records then of who you've shipped to, if you have tracking, well, then you can track it yourself too and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Canada Post has a very limited version that I'm aware of, but Chit Chat is pretty cool. You have, until it goes to, say, the UK, well, then it's in Royal Mail hands and I can't follow it. But otherwise, you can go into each person you've shipped something to, and it keeps the record of that. And you can see pretty much where it is. So it's very nice that way. I like it. I'm very happy with it. I'm super happy. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I got a new up. Does it work? Yes, there we go. Thank you. Love you, Chit Chats. Love you. Good. Can you see that?
I can, yeah. Oh my word. Gimmicks.
Right. I love it. I'm all about the gimmicks. Okay. So let's go to the current card sets that we have going. Again, I'll mention it again. We are going to put an episode together where we talk about anybody and everybody, small publisher wise, who's having small sets, big sets, what have you. We're going to talk about all of them. But for this one, we're doing Lindsey and myself mainly. So what have you got? You just finished which one now?
Weird Behavior. I just finished. And the next one's going to be Krampus. But we're going to show you what sets we have available and talk about what's coming out next. So I'll start with what's available. I've got Kitty Eerie Series 1 and Kitty Eerie Series 2. The third, and they're 10 card sets, and the third one's coming out soon. Very excited. There's a couple of my favourite cards from those. So that's my favourite card from Series 1. That's a Day of the Dead Kitty Eerie with this little skull paint on.
Day of the Shred.
Day of the Shred. And that's my favourite one from Series 2. That's like a little It-inspired little clown, little clowny Pete from Series 2. Series 3 is all going to be Japanese yokai, all the horror yokai. There's no nice yokai in there. They're all the evil ones. Because Kitty Eerie, we go on the side of the eerie, spooky, all that stuff.
Also,
first released, Die Rabbit Die.
I have that set and I love it.
And they're the stickers that I order in. So my favourite cards from that. There's character cards in there. So, and that's got a holographic effect. That's one of the characters. He's called Cletus. And you get like stats and stuff on the back. That's Dinky D. That's one of the regular set cards. And you get a poem on the back, written by my wonderful friend Julie.
I love the backs of the cards. The fact that you have on them and stories and stats and stuff.
Now that's the cover art, but that's a card of it. But that's on holographic stock. You can't really see it very well because it doesn't show up on white, but it actually looks really nice and classy just being able to see it on the red. I know you can't see it there.
It does show up on white, but not on.
Yeah. Sorry?
It does show up on white a little bit, but not on the screen. It kind of has to be like right in the
No, it's in person. And I really like, you know, even though it doesn't show up as much, I really like it. I think it looks classy. Then the set I've just released is Weird Behaviour, which is a load of bee puns. So, favourite card from the B words, Chubby. He likes to eat a lot. My favourite card from the Celeb BTs, Danny Bevito.
Oh, that is
Danny DeVito, sorry. And they've got quotes on the back. And then we've got B movies, that's Beetlejuice. Also with a quote on the back. And then the special cards. There's 5 gold foil billionaires with quotes on the back.
That is
really nice and shiny.
I love those. Oh yeah.
And we've also got a special metal card with googly eyes. Big A. That's a lot of fun.
We were also talking about, seeing as you're showing all those, I happen to like also your version of the Beatles, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that was a 4-card puzzle, yeah. 4-card Beatles puzzle included in there, in the limited edition sets. They were the limited cards, the 4-card Beatle puzzle and the 5 billionaires. So it makes a nice set of 9 limited. Yeah. All the rest is your standard.
So first we were thinking we're like, this is episode 86. We're going to be doing a giveaway episode soon, where we'll be giving away some, we haven't decided how many yet, but some of Lindsey's cards and sets and some of mine. So do stay tuned for that. We haven't decided when, which ones and how many, but if there's anybody interested, make comments below because we'll take it into consideration. First of all, and then secondly, if anybody wants to get any of those sets from you, Lindsey, where are they going to go?
You can go to Leg Day Cards on Facebook at the moment. Excuse me. I'm still setting up my website, trying to get all that sorted so you can go on and just buy them from there. But at the moment, Leg Day Cards on Facebook. Just send me a message and I'll sort your sets out.
Okay. You're also on Instagram, I think, eh? So it'll be easy for people to message you there.
I am on there, but I don't go on it a lot. So if you want to get in touch with me quickly, it probably wouldn't be Instagram. much better off on Facebook. For some reason, I just haven't managed to find an audience on Instagram, or I don't know what it is. I'm not vibing with the platform, really.
But you have managed to make a little place for yourself on TikTok.
Not really, no.
Oh?
Not yet. I do put a lot of drawing videos up on TikTok, like just showing what I've been doing that day. A few time lapses and whatever. But again, it's difficult to get seen. And I'm not really trying to do that. I'm just going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Ultimately, I need my website so that I've got a proper hub. Because you never know what's going to happen. A new type of social media might come out, and then Facebook might be gone, and then what do you do?
That is absolutely positively right, especially with the world the way it is these days. I mean, you just don't know. And Threads came up, and I have an account over on Threads. I just never use it because it's like, you could spend a whole day just posting to each and every one, and it's just. I don't know. You
can set it up so, on some things it'll post across all the social media, but I don't know how to set that up, and I'm not social media savvy enough to, get it all organized.
WordPress does have, I think, a tool that lets you do that for at least some, And back in the day, somebody told me about something called, I think, Hootsuite or something, where you can connect. I haven't looked at it in years, but it's probably something I should take a look at. But I think from there, you could pretty much create your post and then just goes out to pretty much everything you're connected to. I don't know. But that's probably a topic for a future one, because it's actually significant the amount of time you spend socializing and doing promotion, whether we like it or not. It's part of what we have to do. We have no choice about it. How do you keep it small enough so that you can actually get your work done?
Well, I've been terrible for the past month. I haven't hardly been on there at all. I mean, I usually like to go on, see what everyone's doing, give them some support and comments and whatever, but it gets that busy that I just haven't had the time really recently. So I do need to make some time, just half an hour just to show, support to people and their projects and whatever. But
we do try. We just don't always get to it. Sorry for all the noise. This just isn't my usual perch. Anyways. And you were pretty ill lately, so And Lindsey, everyone has to keep telling Lindsey to be on the right track because she's quitting smoking. It's like, yay, stay with it.
Again, for the millionth time.
All right. Well, I'll do a quick little bit on my set, and then we can talk about some sets that are coming up, what you'll be coming up. Or do you want to talk about what you're putting out next? Do you want to maybe, seeing as you're on a roll here?
It's very, very special to me what I'm putting out next. It's Krampus. It's half cat, half Krampus. It's going to be a Christmas set. And there's going to be, I had decided on the amount on the set, and then we were talking about it yesterday, and it's gone awry a little bit. But there's going to be 24 main images. You've got the 12 months of the year, where he's doing whatever for those months. In the summer, he's on the beach and looking fed up because he's just waiting for Christmas Eve so he can have some fun. So the other 12 illustrations is him having a lot of fun on Christmas Eve. Going and getting the kids and, all the things that Krampus does. And then there'll be like a few special cards in there and whatever. So I'm just finishing up the artwork for that so I can get that going. I'm going to launch it hopefully in November, at some point in November. So I've got to get my finger out and get the artwork finished. I can show you an example of one of the pieces. This is decorating the tree with his happy little minions. That's him having some dinner. Numbing some children. Yeah. So hopefully that will all be ready in time. This is the only problem when you do sets that's all your artwork. There's a lot to do.
All your artwork, you have to take care of the printing, you have to take care of the shipping, you have to take care of the
card design, all that.
Backs, how many it's going to be. You have to,
I mean, one good thing, that forethought that I had, was having these generic tuck boxes. I will say, if anybody's thinking about doing it and you're worried about having, boxes left over, just get plain boxes and get stickers for them. I've got the blue ones for the horror sets and the orange ones for the happy cute sets. Job's a good one.
Genius. I'm waiting for mine. I have I'll be having generic ones too, all dark and gloomy and everything, but they'll be there and generic, and I can, when I get a printer like you, I can get stickers done for it. I'm still a little confused about the right kind of sticker paper, but I guess once I get the printer, I don't know. But anyway, we'll figure that one out.
Like these ones that were done professionally, they're not, like I said, the quality is not as good as the ones I were doing at home. You can actually see a little bit of the spots through it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I need to sort of order a different type of sticker, I think, to make them look a bit nicer. But It's okay. I mean, you can only really tell if you're really looking for it.
And generic ones, I did just a little blank white rectangle area so I can make small stickers to put on, because I honestly don't know how often I'll be using them. And if I end up using them a lot, well, it's actually everything is so dark and gloomy, and whatever sticker I make will probably be dark and depressing too. So it'll all be fine. So you have Krampus coming up, and we're almost the middle of October. I can't believe I said that. Yeah. So
it was August a minute ago. It was August. Oh.
And so, yeah, you'll be starting that Kickstarter, I guess. So in a month, maybe.
Mm. Yep, that'll be my third Kickstarter. How exciting!
Yeah, so we'll mention. Do you have anything else after Krampus that you on your own are doing?
Well, I've got Wee Willie Winky.
Oh yes.
Which I can show you a small example.
If you want to wait, that's okay.
I don't mind. It's quite fun. It's just, with it being painted on wood, just because I thought it'd be funny, it's going to take me a while. I think I've only got 7 done so far.
Of course, just in case people haven't gotten on it yet. Yeah. See,
it's shuttlecock, clearly. Like, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of Willy puns going in the same vein as weird behaviour.
It's amazing.
So they're my little pun sets that I have a lot of fun doing. So they're not really a series thing. Die Rabbit Die is a series thing. There will be Die Rabbit Die Series 2 next year.
The Kitty Eerie is also a series too, like Kitty Eerie.
Oh yeah,
about that.
Kitty Eerie is a series, but you only get sort of, it's 10 cards at a time with Kitty Eerie. It's not really a big set. I mean, I could release. I am going to make them into 40 card sets when I have, Kitty Eerie Series 4, which will be what you're about to talk about next.
I can't wait.
Let's lead you into that one.
Well, but just before I mention that set, which has actually been announced already on the mailing list and here, there, and everywhere. But before we do that, we'll mention RR Parks and Long Dog Cards, which would be me, are putting out a set called Ancient Egypt, and it's all about Egyptian sculptures, the artwork, pharaohs, all the Egyptian designs,
the moves.
Did you do cards for that set? I don't remember.
Well, that's what we were just about to say. Kitty Eerie Series 4 is
the Egyptians. Okay,
the Egyptian set.
I can't wait.
So, yeah, that will be available through me also, as well as on the set.
Right. So you're doing 9 cards for that one?
I've done 10. I did you a promo.
That's right.
Which was the idol, the Kitty Eerie idol, golden idol kind of guy.
And I've done 9 cards. I've done 10 cards. Actually, I've done 11 cards, I think. One ended up being a promo way back when, and then I've done 9 cards, 9 painted cards for that. And then there's a whole bunch of other things that are going to be going with the Egyptian set. And there are actual relic cards, actual ancient relic pieces that RR Parks has put together to put with that. Pieces of mummy wrapping and I believe some beads. There's also a lot of different artists who have contributed some base art for that, and there are sketch cards and there are all kinds of things. That will be like what's the date today? We're October 6th as we're recording this. That's Friday, so that means this weekend. So by the time this video comes out, it'll already be released. I mean, the trailer video will be released to kind of give you a little bit more visuals of what will be included. And the Kickstarter for that will probably be in a couple of weeks. So probably near the end of October, I'm going to guess. Early November, perhaps. I'll pop a link in the show notes for where people can go to get dates for all of our sets, for yours, Lindsey's, for mine, for RR Parks, and some of the others too. For dates for all of the sets that will be released, because we're not fixed on the date yet, but Ancient Egypt, if you are a fan of colorful, all that ancient stuff and actual relics, and get on board with that one, because the sets are limited. It's not there's not going to be 500 card sets for that. So get on board with that.
Looking great though. It's looking really good.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of everybody has done an incredible job with that set. The Dragons is done since a while ago. That's a 45 card set put out mainly by me, but with Leg Day Cards, Lindsey and RR Parks also, which has original art, sketch cards, and all that stuff. There are a few sets left, not very many, so contact me if you want a set of that. Again, look in the show notes for links. Then, the big deal, I'm so excited. Lindsey and I, together, we are doing our first actual combined set, and it is called Ufo Legend and Lore. This set is based on all the UFOs, the ancient alien stuff, the images, paintings, sketches, all that kind of thing. We're also going to be going into a little bit of the lore, some of the history, some of the first sightings, looking at some of that. There will be base cards. They're probably going to be a 45 card set, but we haven't fixed on that one yet. It's only starting. The promo card will be available in about 2 weeks. There will be a Kickstarter for the promo card to get people to get on board with this and be aware of it. There's going to be a metal card. There'll be in total 4 promo cards, I think. One specifically for Non-Sport Update magazine, one for the Kickstarter, a lenticular promo card that Lindsey is doing, which will be really awesome. That will be like, I think it's 6 images you're doing. And my lenticular will be my normal flip, just 2 images, and those are the promo cards. So 4 of them, but they're particular. Yeah, you're doing how many?
Itieri will be making an appearance in the UFO set as well.
Lindsey's doing 9 cards. I'm doing 9 cards. We're going to have a metal card. And other things that I don't really want to talk about yet. There will be one really special. For the first time, it looks like we're going to have actual autograph cards. I'm not saying who. They have accepted. Got one.
We found an alien. Found a real alien.
Yep.
Got your signature.
So, but there'll be more on that as things goes along. But if you're a fan of aliens, spaceships, all that fun conspiracy stuff, get on board with it. Yeah. Should we say anything else about it?
I think that's all we can say for now. We have to iron out quite a lot of details because, we need to decide what sort of categories we're having in it.
Oh, yeah, and sketch cards. There are sketch cards in
types of alien, or, I think character cards with the different types of aliens will be a lot of fun.
Different types of aliens. Some of the kidnappings, the abductions, I should say. Some of that. Probably. Anyway, we won't go into too much of it. It'll be due out next year. The first Kickstarter will be in a couple of weeks, but that's just for the promo card. If you support the Kickstarter, you get a promo card, and it's also to keep you in the loop. That way it's easier for me or us to update you if you are already on the Kickstarter list, and it's just super easy to keep you in the loop. The actual Kickstarter for the set will probably be, say, March, maybe. give or take. It depends on the sketch cards and the autographs, because that takes a bit more time. So yeah, it's a happening. It's a big deal.
It's all
Yeah,
happening.
it's happening. I can't wait. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's kind of like I'm a huge X-Files fan. I have every single episode of that series on DVD. So
I used to have it all on DVD. Oh, I might still have it actually
surely,
somewhere.
surely.
Mm. Yeah, it went a bit towards the end. Like I got a bit like the story's really interesting to start with. Like I like that guy who could squash himself and go through vents and stuff.
That was season, I think. But season 3 and 4 were kind of cool too, because they kind of took a sense of humor with their own show type of thing. And I'm a fan of the whole thing. Even the later seasons, yeah, they're different, but it was all right.
It was a show, wasn't it?
Definitely was. Be a whole show. What do we watch? But we won't start on that now, or we'll never finish. All right. So, did we have anything else we want to mention? I think we're all running up on an hour already. So,
did you want to show any of your favorite cards from Dragons?
I didn't think of that. Yeah, sure, okay. Well, I'm proud of all of them, to be honest with you. There are skin relic cards, which are really cool. Pieces of dragon skin, because dragons are real. Cards.
Yeah.
We've got pieces of actual dragon skin. This is one of 3 different relic cards. But what I'm really
been out with his axe, slaying some dragons to get you that.
Yeah, oh yeah, lives. Risk. Yeah, and we got autograph cards for them too. Let me tell you, that was a job to do. It was not easy. Not sure. Okay, I'm gonna show a couple. These are probably maybe not what other people might find their favorites, but I am really happy with. I actually have your sets set up in a binder, Lindsey, and I have mine set up. All your die rabbit dies. Can you see? Anyway, I have one of my favorites. Actually, I didn't design this super well, but I like the look of this. And there's the gold foil.
It's very classy, that one. I like it a lot.
These are old Albrecht Dürer. Yeah, Albrecht Dürer designs, because dragons are classic. They've been around for like ever. I also like the holographs subset where we mixed up your designs and my designs. And let's see this one here. You can really see the shiny. You can see the shiny.
Yeah.
I like very much the holograph. And these are the backs of the cards of those. These are the backs. They have a little blurb on them. I like very much. I had a really great time. These are lino cuts done with linoleum. It's a print, but because the print is carved by hand, each one is an original. Because some will have. You can see here. Some will have some of the black up here. Some of them don't. Some of them are a little darker. Each one is a little bit different, and they're all mounted on see, they're mounted on dragon.
Oh yeah.
And then on the back.
What did you use to mount them?
Double sticky tape. You could use glue too. I don't know which is better, honestly. Then I'm also this is too dark. But I'm dark at heart. But I'm very happy with the lenticular.
That is so cool.
This is the kind of lenticular I always do. Is just 2 images. Maybe one day I'll try 3, but I like doing 2. See, it's all dark and then
yeah,
flame up. And this one our Parks did. This is an etching card. These are done. believe, on metal with acid. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to ask him. I can't remember. He did explain it to me. And this as well is done with sticky tape, but it's completely solid. You have the back of the card here. But I'm my favorites. They're all my favorites. I don't really have any one particular card that I like more than another. They're all amazing, including yours, including the artists. The artists were like incredible with their work, doing sketch cards for this. And each set comes with a blank sketch card. Just a blank sketch card, so you can hire your own artist to do whatever dragon you want on it. And on the back, it will be ticked either official blank or DIY. That way you know if it was an official artist, or if the person who owns the set said, well, you weren't on the set, but I'd really like you to do this. It's okay. It's just going to be marked on the back that it's a DIY. It's all good. Chill.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't stress.
And this is what last thing. I don't want to self-promote too much. This is a slip tray box for the set. And this is also shiny. And the slip tray, because see, it slips out. So you have and there's you can't see it in there, but there's a checklist card for all the cards. And here is Lindsey's design that goes on the interior little slip tray, and that's all the different cards that come in the sets. So that's how.
Wow. It was a big set, wasn't it?
It was. That's a brick. All right. Do we have any last words?
Famous last words? No, I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover. I mean, we do want to start getting into doing some shows reviewing other people's products. So if you have anything you want us to review, you can just pop us a message and we'll sort something out. Hopefully we can take the show in that direction a little bit.
We'll be doing more and more of that. Again, once we hit 100 episodes, which is only 13 away, I think, or something, we're going to be kind of expanding, and maybe not as often, but I'll try to edit better and blah blah blah. But what was it you were saying? I wanted to add on to that. I'm having an old lady moment here. Anyway, yeah. So whatever. I guess it wasn't important. Anyway, yeah, we will be getting into shows, reviewing things. So yes, please reach out to Lindsey or to me if you'd like us to review. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We were supposed to review the Sketch Card magazine. We were supposed to do that for this episode, actually, but unfortunately, he had sad issues happen. So he will be on, but it will be a little bit later. So that's that. But yeah, do you have a printer you really want to share with the world? Come on the podcast and tell us about it. I'm looking for one, so yeah. All right, well, we got to get back to work, actually, speaking of all of that. So
yes, back to work, back to it.
Christmas, we'll do our Christmas episode. And
Christmas!
Yeah.
I love Christmas.
I'm not supposed to say that word yet. It's still October. Oh, well. Oops. Anyways.
Sorry. I have to get it done early. I can't leave it all till the end, till last minute. Can't afford to start getting bits in August.
I always do it and I never get there. I never do it. So it's turkey season up here. It's actually Thanksgiving in Canada. I think it's on Monday, I think.
Oh, are you going to have a big dinner? Yeah. That's the best thing about celebration.
Several big dinners. Where is it? Yes, that's right. It is on Monday. I should know that because I'm cooking. Yeah. Yeah. So when do you have? You don't have Thanksgiving over there, do you?
We don't. We have no Thanksgiving at all. No. Just Christmas dinner. I think that's why I get so excited for it, because it's not about the presents, it's about the dinner. Dinner. I wish we did have like a Thanksgiving, so we could have an extra dinner. But
I'm all about the drinks and socializing. All right. Well, leave comments below if there's anything you want us to. If you want to contact us for any of the sets that we talked about, any of the previews, the Kickstarters. Lindsey, oh yeah, you don't have your set. What do you know the address of your Facebook page?
It's just Leg Day Cards. You should find it. If you just search Leg Day Cards, it'll come up. I doubt anybody else has got that same name. Very much doubt it. I do have another page called Cartoon Cosplay, but there's a few other pages called that. So Leg Day Cards will be easiest to find me.
Okay. Those of you who are not on Facebook, well, her website is coming. And for me, you can go to ingridkvhardy.com. That's my website. And from there, you've got links to everything. My Kickstarter profile, mailing list, if you want to be on the mailing list, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Links are there to everywhere. Facebook. Join the Long Dog group on Facebook if you have a Facebook account. If you don't, well, just go to the site. And we'll have more news on that, as well as there's a particular website that we are putting together. That'll be for next year, though. So anyway, I have been blabbing on enough. I can't keep one single train of thought. Lindsey, it's amazing doing it with you. Fun to have guests on, but it's fun to waffle with you.
We like a good waffle, don't we?
We're going to have a podcast with a stack of waffles beside us.
Oh, you wouldn't hear much from me.
Okay. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Please share the video, leave comments, do all that social stuff that you already know you're supposed to do. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.